Hey everybody, thanks for watching our video. This is Tom with HQ by Infinity Platforms, and today we're going to be going over the time card module. It's really the first step of getting to know the software and really where everyone starts off to get the full effect of our software. Our information is going to be listed below, so if you have any questions or would like to see anything else, please feel free to reach out at any time. This is going to be a part of a series of videos where we go over all of the modules within the software. Without any further ado, let's jump right into the software. Here I have opened on my screen our time card module. On the left hand side, we're going to be able to see all of the employees that are not currently clocked in for today. We could also come in and add any manual time cards that we need for an employee just by simply clicking on their name in this drop down and hitting go. That allows us to put in any manual time cards, like I said, or add any adjustments to time cards that are already in the system. Now on the right hand side, we're going to see all of our employees that are currently working. We're going to see who it is, where they're at, what activity they're doing, as well as their start and end time. Now there is some additional functionality that comes with using our mobile app for the time card, and I'm actually going to pull that up right now. So as an employee, what we're going to see in the system is going to look like this. So we will not have access to the back end, but we will have access to our time card on our mobile app. So all I would have to do as an employee is select time clock. Now this is going to show me the entire list of projects or customers that I have available. Now all I would have to do is select which location I'm at, and it's going to bring us to our time clock. Now I can either scan a custom QR code using this red button down here, or I can use my 4-digit punch code that I have here as well. All I have to do is hit that green button, and it's going to bring me to my clock in messages. Now this is something that we have in the system that allows you to get messages out to your entire employee base and get answers as well. So I'm going to simply hit OK. Then it's going to ask us to take a picture of ourselves so that we know who it is that is clocking in. And then it brings us to our clock in screen here. So as an employee, I can add notes. So I can add any additional information of what I'm doing. This is an open text box. I can select my activity for what I'm doing. So I'm just going to select field. Now we also have PTO requests as well as expenses. We're going to cover that in a future video, but just so you know that we do have that type of functionality as well. So I'm going to hit save, and now I'm clocked in. So if I go back into our database here, I'll be able to see my time card. So I can see me, which project I'm at, what activity I've clocked in at, what my start time is, and then I can hover over my photo, make sure that the employee is who they say they are, as well as look at my location. Now your location is either going to be yellow or blue. If it's blue, that means that the employee is clocking in within the geofence. If it's yellow with this little warning sign, we know that they're outside the geofence. So we'd be able to click on that and see the location where the employee clocked in from, as well as the location of the project and the geofence. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, and we can see that I was clearly not on site, and we can see that this geofence is pretty tight. Now all of these time cards are going to be processed at 11:59 p.m. and the reason we do that is we do have functionality that allows us to automatically add or deduct time for lunch for your employees. Now we can set that up custom to whatever our customers need in terms of their lunchtime. Now, once everything is processed and we want to go and look at payroll, all we would have to do is click on this review button up here. Now this brings us into our historical data. So I'm able to switch my start and end date for this time for whatever I want using this button and by quickly selecting go. And then I'd be able to see all of my time cards for that time period. So again, we're seeing the employee, which location they're at, their activity, their start and end time. Now, we can go through here and look at all of our time cards, quickly unapproved time cards that should not be there or need justification. And then once that's done, we can also go back and just quickly reapprove them. Now, I can go in as well and edit a time card at any time in the back end. So I'd be able to come here, adjust the project, what activity they were doing, their start and end time, and I could actually leave additional notes for a time card if I wanted to. Now, once all of that has been adjusted and we've made sure that everything looks right, we do have exporting options. So we've already built multiple exports for different payroll and financial softwares, but we do create custom exports for any customer if we don't have what they need exactly. When we're ready to export, all we would have to do is come to our correct export. I'm going to use our Paychex one here. Now what this is going to do is it's currently looking at and processing all of our time cards to make sure that that lunch was added to the person's overall time. We can skip this process just by hitting this green button right away. But then we'd have our report. We can see this is a pretty basic one, just giving us the employee, what number they are, as well as their regular and OT hours. But like I said, we can build custom reporting based on what your financial system needs. Now, other than the exports, we do have some pretty basic reporting. We can break out your time cards by location, which is a report that a lot of my customers actually end up using, where if I go to last week and hit go, what this is going to break down is it's going to show me each employee and how long they worked at each project that week. So we can see which projects they worked at and the total time that they logged, as well as their total weekly time. We do have a by employee report, which would just flip that, where you'd see how many employees worked at each project and their hours. We do have a basic by week and by month report, which would break down your employees' hours respectively. And then we have something that's a little bit more detailed and something that I actually like a little bit more. So we have these touch detail month and weekly reports. So if I click on the TD week, again, I can change my start date for this report. So I'm going to go to the next or last week. I can see just from a specific project if I wanted to. I could also break it down by the employee as well. But if I hit go, this is going to break down all of my employees' time cards for that week. So I'd be able to see the employee, which date they worked, on which location, their start and end time for that specific day, as well as a daily total, and then at the bottom of their list, their total for the week. Now, all of these reports can then be exported using, Excel or with a CSV. Here we have our time-saving calculator. Now, this is something that we've developed with working with all of our customers and getting the metrics from them. This is going to give us a really accurate representation of the time and dollar amount we can potentially save with the HQ software. Using a current customer's actual numbers, we were able to add the number of employees, average hourly rate, wage, as well as work days per month. Now below that, we have some generally accepted industry standards when it comes to minutes lost per day, average payroll, as well as human error reporting. Now, based on all of these things, we're able to see what the total saving in both time and money will work out to be when we use the HQ system. Now, this is something that's available on our website for you to go and use and enter in your own numbers to see what the effect could be for your business. Please let us know if you have any questions on this and we can go through a very detailed reporting of it. Thank you again for watching this video, and I hope that you did learn a little bit more about the HQ time card module. Again, if you have any questions, our information is listed below. Please also stay tuned for any future videos describing other modules within the software.